Rocking stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dunsey's Guitar World. Today's outrageously exciting video is all about that guitar. Or should I say, this guitar. Ooh, it's a bit of a looker. So this guitar is a Squier Classic Vibe 60s JAZZMASTer in metallic purple. A nice looking guitar. Now I think this is from 2020. These were an exclusive run by Andertons and CME, and according to the video I watched, I think they make maybe 500 of these or something like that. They're just a very short run that Andertons and CME get done at the factory. Now this is made in Indonesia, so there's 500 or so of these made. I don't think they've ever been redone, so it's quite a limited model, I guess, based on a 60s JAZZMASTer. When this guitar came, it did not have this pickguard. What I had was this anodized pickguard, which I have to be honest, I think looks very, very cool, and some people may prefer that. But I had already purchased this rather fine looking purple tortoiseshell pickguard, which I was going to put on my Damascus JAZZMASTer, but it really didn't match, didn't look very good. So I thought what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to buy a used JAZZMASTer, this used JAZZMASTer, to match the pickguard, because it would have been crazy having a pickguard sitting about doing nothing. So I just thought I'll buy a guitar, because that's how the guitar mind thinks. You think, why have a £50 scratch plate doing nothing when I could spend £350 on a used JAZZMASTer? So there we go. Now the other thing I have changed, I will try and do a close-up on this. I'm not a big fan of the floating bridge going backwards and forwards. So what I did was I took a couple of string ferrules from another guitar, can't remember which one, and I put it in there and put the bridge into that. So now the bridge does not rock. The guitar rocks, but the bridge does not. So let's listen to some sounds. Now a warning here, trigger warning, I have not used the rhythm circuit, and there is no clean reverby 60s surf music. So if that's your thing, do not proceed any further. Go straight down and leave a negative comment or something like that, or a thumbs down or whatever, should that be your thing. And the other thing that's not in this video as well is I'm not whittling away in a silly blues pentatonic. There's no blues whittling in this video. There's plenty in my other videos, but there's not in this one. So if you're happy about that, please go down and leave a comment, leave a thumbs up. It's all about interaction. So sounds, what do these pickups sound like? And after that, we'll go over the specs of the guitar. Very nice cleans on all three positions. Let's have a bit more overdrive and some chords. Again, great sounds from these pickups. So let's turn that up just a little bit. Let's have a bit more gain, and we'll see how these big single coil pickups handle a little bit more gain. So I'm very, very impressed with these pickups. Now, I did not think I would be. I don't know why I thought that, but I did not think I would be impressed with these. So what I have already done, I have already ordered Creamery Alt 88 JAZZMASTER pickups. Now I have Creamery Alt 88 Jaguar pickups in my Fender Jaguar and I love them. So I wanted to try these anyway, and I thought the pickups that come in this probably aren't that good, so I'll put these in. But I'm really liking these pickups. In fact, I think, now there's obviously a long story involved here, but this other JAZZMASTER has recently come into my possession, and I'm sure that the pickups in this Squier sound better than this. Now, I think so anyway, I think so. I'm going to do another video where I A/B these, and then whichever one is best will not get the Creamery pickups, if that makes sense, because the Creamery pickups I can guarantee will be fantastic pickups. So I will replace whichever of these pickups does not sound the goodest with those Creamery ones. So back to the video. The body is made of poplar. It's not very heavy, it's about 8 pounds. The neck is maple, it has an Indian Laurel fingerboard. A lot of people are not big fans of Indian Laurel, you know. It doesn't feel any different to rosewood. I think it looks a little bit different, but it is Indian Laurel. I guess that's how they keep the price down on these. The neck shape is a C shape. What I'll do is I'll put a image on screen of the neck profile at the 1st fret and the 12th fret. The nut is 42mm, has 21 narrow tall frets. It's your standard JAZZMASTER scale length at 25.5 inches, which is 648mm for the youngsters out there. All the hardware is nickel. There's vintage style tuners. You can see made in Indonesia there. And a 6-saddle vintage style bridge, which when it comes from the factory is floating, but now because I put the string ferrules in, is not floating. So that is the specs and all the hardware of this guitar. Like I said, I don't know what it is, I just seem to prefer the Indonesian made ones. I guess maybe the hardware is the same, I don't know. So there's nothing branded on this. Obviously with not being a Fender, it's not going to have Fender on it. The trem, noisy. Strangely, the Fender one that I've just got there isn't quite as noisy as that, but in the sound samples I've done, I don't really hear it making any noise, so I'm okay with that. So what about the pickups? These are both Fender designed Alnico pickups. Like I say, I think they sound good. Now the switching, I guess, is your standard JAZZMASTER switching. Down for bridge, middle for 2, forward for neck. Now, like I said in this video, I have not used this switch just because I never use that sound. But my understanding is when this is on, it's just working for the neck pickup. It's always a bit too bassy for me. Now I do watch Mike, is it Poutine Guitars, and he gets some absolutely fantastic sounds when he's using the rhythm circuit, but I can't. So it didn't seem like there was any point in me using it. So I do like these pickups. Now what it says is it says especially voiced rhythm and lead circuits. I don't know what that means. Does that mean it sounds really good to me? It does sound really good. So to sum up, what do I think of this guitar? Well, it should be obvious from the background and the foreground of this video that I'm very much a rocker. I'm reasonably new to the world of offset guitars. The first offset guitar I ever owned was about 3-4 years ago when I got the JAZZMASTER, which I love. It's still sitting over there. So I'm more of a rock player. However, I'm also a massive fan of Dinosaur Jr., Swervedriver, these sort of indie bands who were using Jazzmasters. So I can't believe it's taken me so long to get into the world of offset guitars, and this I really like. Now, like I said, I've actually bought, you know, more expensive pickups. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them in this yet because it sounds good. It's a great playing guitar. The neck feels really nice. Just everything on it. I haven't done anything setup wise. I mean, I bought it used from eBay. I think it was about £350 or something, including delivery. It's just great. I don't know what it's like out the box. Say these came out, I believe, in 2020, so you're unlikely to get a new one. But it's great. No issues with any of the frets. The person I bought it off didn't say they had any fret work or anything like that done. But it's just a great guitar. Like a budget, £350. I would say that that's like a budget guitar, £350. Great, it's absolutely fantastic. So for the end of the video, like I said earlier, there is no whittling in this. What I did was I just got a clean sound, just to show you, I'm not all about the heavy metal and blues whittling. I can play amateurishly in any style of music. So the end part of the video is just some chords and stuff through a clean sound with these great pickups. So that's today's video, folks. 2020 Anderton CME exclusive, crafted in Indonesia, Squier Classic Vibe Jazzmaster in this lovely purple colour with a custom pickguard which I ordered. As ever, it's a privilege and a pleasure bringing you content on Dunsi's Guitar World. Cheers for now.